All right, I think that does it now. Hello everybody. This is my second go with this. I don't know if I'm laggy. I have no idea if I can be heard. Just testing a little bit of the levels. I'm very low key for this. Way more low key than I should. Let me just put this in the chat. And there we go. That's what I want. Oh, of course I have the wrong thumbnail this time. Whatever. Okay. I can't win with technology today, whatever. It's fine. We are live. It is just after 8 o'clock on Thursday night. I'm not going to take long on this because I have a lot of schoolwork I have to do yet, and I want to be able to get this to you. Auction should be closed at this point. I'm guessing people got some deals. I haven't even seen them yet, where they ended at. So this is all about the roster reveal. For you to create or pick, I should say, not create, but pick the player that you want to add to your roster. Remember, this is adding a player from your franchise's history and your franchise. It's as long as your lineage. So again, if you moved, if your team moved, for instance, the St. Louis Browns became the Baltimore Orioles, the St. Louis Browns history is applicable to your player. If you want to take George Sisler, or it would pretty much only be George Sisler, I would think. I mean, there were some other decent Browns, but let's not kid ourselves. If you have the Nationals and you want to pick an Expo, you can do that. So let's run this, and then we'll see who ends up where. I will take screenshots and get you your rosters. We're going to play a historical game. We're not going to enable challenge mode. We're going to use random players. I'm putting 2020 here because I need the actual teams. We are going to change to 1980 settings, but we need the team, so I'm going to go with 2020 here. Pardon me, it's been a long day of talking. There's been a lot of talking today. This week has been full of the talking, and I am a little talked out. So if I don't have the typical energy for this that I normally do, I'm saving it for Saturday evening. We will have minor leagues. We'll do 3 classes, and we'll need to do short, any of that. Since this is a replay, we will disable player development, and we'll do automatic import. Once I get to the last step, I'm going to be switching over to advanced mode. As I need to get to the 1980 settings. So this is STR game 5. We are going to be saving once a month. We were going to make this 1980. I'm playing in commissioner mode because I won't be doing anything. And now we go to advanced mode. We'll go to historical, or not historical, stats and AI, I'm sorry. And we're going to go and we're going to select the 1980 season. And it says this will import historical strategy, financial, and player creation modifier settings. We really want the strategy settings. Like, that's really what we're after. That's all that really matters here. We're going to click OK, and you'll see some of these have changed. So in 1980, relievers were used often, closers were used often, pitcher stamina was normal. But again, pitchers will be pitching pretty far in the games here. Defensive substitutions were normal. Stealing bases was rarely, which makes me sad. I'm hoping for more steals. I mean, you know, there was Ricky Henderson and I don't think Tim Raines was up yet. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this season plays out. I believe I have everything else that I need as the police go by, well, no, it's police. I'm pretty sure. At least there's no motorcycles. Thank goodness. Let's see. Anything else I want to keep here? No, we're gonna show the ratings max. I guess for this, I'll go 1 to 100. And then we go to advance, and I think we're all set here. We're all set. We have the teams here. We're still all set on all of this. So we can go ahead. We're going to create this game. I guess I should double check to make sure that we are importing random era players. I remember where I put that. I guess I didn't really put it anywhere. There we go. No, not that one. You can tell this is really, my jam. I really do this a whole lot on this. It's really good of me to just do this. I know we have it set up. I just want to confirm it. I just want to confirm the thing to make sure that clearly that we're setting up the right file. And that's what happens when you've had a long week. Not the financials. I don't really care about that. The rules, blah, 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 blah. Rule 5 draft doesn't matter. None of this stuff really matters. I just want to find the right thing. This is something I should cut up, but I'm not. I won't. Again, I can't, I have no idea if I'm getting any chat or anything, because I don't have my headphones on. I totally have bare bone this thing tonight. I have no idea if anybody's here, anybody's listening, any of that. I'm just going to plow ahead. I'm just going to plow ahead and throw caution in the wind, because I have no idea where I'm looking at the moment. I am burnt. So I'm going to move forward. And if I have to restart this thing, then okay, it'll probably be better the next time than this time. Anyway. Okay, we are all set here. I'm not picking a team, clearly, because I am the commissioner. And the file is creating. I feel like I'm on Star Trek right now. File creating. Checking affiliate team logos. And then they go back to like a normal conversation. How they do on the next generation. Really crackerjack stuff happening on the next generation. It always made me laugh, like with Data and Worf having, very very poignant conversations, and in the middle of it, they're just like looking up the starboard bow. Oh God, bow. Meter readings at 0.4734. Like, and then going back to talking about like real feelings for an android and a Klingon. It was really great. That was some good segueing into this. All right, we have the inaugural draft. I do need to run the random on the draft, and unfortunately nobody's going to be able to see that. I am going to run it yeah, allow selected. That's good. The dice roller, let's just see how many times I'm going to be running this thing. I'll be running it 11 times. 11 times on that. Let me pull up the list of teams. Of course, I pulled up the wrong thing to do it because I am brilliant. Oh, no, I can just pull this up. Draft order. That will work. So I'm running this 11 times, which is, I mean, I guess it's serendipitous because that is my number. Sorry, I'm trying to get the team, the whatchamacallit, the team roster, the team list. And what I pulled up was not the roster. This is just going to take forever tonight. Clearly. For something that I don't think anybody's going to watch anyway because it's on a Thursday night. I'm pretty sure there's football. So I think, is it Cardinals Packers tonight too? I think that's what it is. That is a pretty good game. All right, here we go. Now I have the list. Well, I guess if I'm doing it 11 times, I guess I'm randoming it in the game. I'm brilliant tonight. I am so brilliant. So draft order, duh. Okay, so 11 times, random draft order. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is my life. There's 2. So that's 2 times random. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here comes the order. All right, we got the Royals, Nats, Giants, Mariners, Diamondbacks. It's a nice twist that they have him, the 1980 logos are here. And then there's the Diamondbacks logo and Cleveland's. But for the old school logos, I really appreciate that they're here. So Royals, Nats, Giants, Mariners, Diamondbacks, Mets, White Sox, Dodgers, Braves, Twins round out the top 10. Let's take a look at the draft poll and let's see who is available here. Go up. Let's see who's the best of the best. Chief Bender is here, which is pretty awesome. Age 24, Chief Bender. He was one of the top pitchers in baseball, back in the turn of last century and into the early 19 teens, 23-5. This is age 24 season, so it wasn't his best year. He went 8-9, but had a 1.75 ERA and a 1.02 WHIP, which is not bad. Not bad at all, and has excellent ratings. Let's see. We also have got, I believe this isn't Buck Ewing, is it? Maybe it is. Oh, Long John Ewing. This is his age 27 season. So this is the worst version of this guy. He went 6-30 with a 1.67 whip. And it comes off the heels of a year in which he had a 109 whip and a 2.83 ERA. And after that, he had two winning seasons. 1890, 1891. Well, I guess that was also when the Players Association kind of and the Players League, I guess it was, kind of watered down the product for a couple years. He has extreme ground ball. Those pitchers are always good. Lefty Grove, Adonis Terry, Jordan is here. Pete Browning, Roger Clemens, old Roger Clemens. This is 42-year-old Roger Clemens. Ed Delaney, George Derby, Fred Dunlap, George Gratham, Babe Herman, Randy Johnson, age 30 Randy Johnson. What did he do in this season? Real life stats, where is it? 19-8 with a 3.24 ERA and 308 strikeouts in 255 innings with a 1.11 whip. Yeah, that's a pretty good Randy Johnson to have, isn't it? So these are all players. Nolan Ryan's in this. This is age 33 Nolan Ryan. I'm getting the feeling like the pitching is going to be top notch in this game. Some of the top hitters. Let's just go to all batters and let's see what we've got. So we got Alvarez, we got Delaney, we got Fred Dunlap. George Wright's in the league. Charlie Blackmon, age 30 Charlie Blackmon. Don't know if he's good. Oh God, 24-year-old Milton Bradley's in the game. Jim Edmonds here in the game. Klondike Douglas. This is a guy I've never heard of. And age 24, Klondike Douglas. And you look at him, he can do a little bit of everything here. So age 24, Klondike Douglas. So we're getting rookie Klondike Douglas here. 1896 with St. Louis, hit 264 with a 671 OPS. Did hit one home run, so there's that. Let's see who else is here. Bill Freehand's here. Ray Fosse's here, and it's early stage Ray Fosse, age 22. Sorry for the creaking. My foot is cramping up. I was trying to lounge back. We've got age 24 Bryce Harper. Is this the Bryce? No, 22 was, I think, his MVP season. No, it was 23. It was the season before. So, age 24, not the best Bryce, but he did steal a good bit of bases. He also got caught a good bit of times. Still on an 814 OPS. I'm really curious as to who's going to go number one out of all this, because look at this, there's 34-year-old Yaz, there's 26-year-old Javi Baez, 22-year-old Cody Bellinger. Oh God, Von Hayes is here. Oh, good Lord. Freddie Lynn, 27-year-old Freddie Lynn is here. Victor Martinez, 25-year-old Victor Martinez. This looks pretty stacked. Both Parishes are here. Early onset Parish, Lance and Larry, 23 and 25. Jackie Robinson's in this. And it's 28-year-old Jackie. That's awesome. So it's rookie year Jackie Robinson. That's awesome. That really makes me happy. Okay, I'm a little energized now. I don't know if you could tell. Yeah. Oh, John Walkenfuss is here. Ben Zobrist is here. Old Zobrist. Oh, God. So this league has Jackie Robinson and noted racist Cap Anson. And it's 24-year-old. It's early racist Cap Anson. So the guy who's the reason for ball players, for black ball players not being able to play in the majors, and the guy who told Cap Anson to stuff it. Good. I'm on board with that. That's interesting. It'd be interesting if they were on the same team. I mean, just pure coincidence. Like, and it's not going to be in the game, you know. It's something like Cap Anson hates Jackie Robinson. Like, it's code. It's not going to do anything. Though, it would be a nice touch if Jackie were to tell Cap Anson to shove it. Chris Davis is in the game. That's always fun. Mariano Duncan. Kid Everfield. This is a Brock Holt. I love Brock Holt. He's one. I don't know. Like the dude, just he just awesome ball. Like not the best ball player, but the dude does a little bit of everything. David Ortiz, 34-year-old Ortiz. What was 34-year-old Ortiz doing? This is probably the worst Ortiz. This is the worst Ortiz. 234, 28 homers, 99 RBIs. Contrast that with 41-year-old David Ortiz, which is top 5 David Ortiz. All right. Mel Ott's in the game. These are going to be some really stacked rosters. Oh, God, there's 29-year-old Pete Rose. Holy cow. What was up with 29-year-old Pete Rose that he's only 3 stars in the game? He had 316, 15 homers, 73 walks, 64 strikeouts. I mean, like, it was pretty good. 5.6 WAR. It's probably defense as to why. Yeah, he can only play right field here. And he's not that great at it. So, okay. And he also wasn't really running that much. And he was a line drive hitter, but not much power. Okay, it makes sense. Wow, there are going to be some ridiculous teams here. Let's just circle back and look at the all pitchers here for a sec. See who we missed. Pedro's in this. Oh, I love it. Addy Joss is in this. Tommy John. Which Pedro? This 33-year-old, so it's not going to be like great Pedro. 2004. Not bad Pedro. Not bad Pedro by any stretch, but not like peak Pedro. Tom Gordon. Felix Hernandez. 21-year-old King Felix is here. And 21-year-old Clayton Kershaw. Oh, that's awesome. I hope that they're in the bigs and they're not in the minors. Again, we don't have any control over that. We have no control over that. It is simply how things go. 30-year-old Vita Blue is here. 34-year-old Chris Carpenter. Although, yeah, okay. This is, 34-year-old Chris Carpenter is 09 Chris Carpenter with a 101 whip. That's a pretty good Chris Carpenter. Yeah, I'm digging this. So what I'll do is I will run round. I'll go round by round, and we'll see who takes what. So let's go ahead. Let's draft. We'll do the first overall pick, of course. So the Royals, I can't even speculate as to who they would take. I have no idea. My guess would actually be Lefty Grove. Or Chief Bender because he's 24 and rated 5 stars. That would be my guess. There's a case for Jordan as well. For Lefty Grove, for Adonis Terry. I mean, just looks ridiculous. So let's see where they go. They took Chief Bender. Okay, which is about what I expected. So the Nats get Long John Ewing. The Giants get Lefty Grove, Adonis Terry, and I'm going to guess Jordan's going 5 because this seems to be, going down the list. No, Roger Clemens went 5th. Which New York is this? The Mets? Yeah, it's the Mets. Jonah Derby goes 6th. We're up to the White Sox. White Sox take Nolan Ryan. So all pitchers so far. Bill Steen goes to the Dodgers. Eparixi goes to who? Goes to Atlanta. Billy Rhines, who I've never heard of. Billy Bunker Rhines goes to the Angels. Given the Angels' predilection for drafting bad pitchers, it wouldn't shock me. Oh, there's the first hitter, Fred Dunlap going. How's this dude? Oh yeah, this looks good. Like this is my kind of player right here. Tons of speed, tons of contact. This guy, he's age 23 here, so this is the season. He had 280, 683 OPS, 17 steals and 30 attempts. Not bad. His nickname was Sure Shot, which is interesting. And there's Randy Johnson going to the Tigers. Let's go ahead and let's do the rest of the first round now. And, oh, let's see. Jordan. Wait a minute. Jordan didn't get picked, did he? He's still available. Okay, he's still available. Ed Delaney went 13th. J.R. Richard, I didn't see him going 17th. Pedro, they're going 19th. Fernando Valenzuela going 22nd. Tommy John going 26th. And Hippovan rounding out the first round. Good. This is snake order. Okay, good. I want to double check. This is snake order. Thank goodness. That would have really bothered me. So let's go ahead. Let's do round 2. Not the complete draft. Let's do the round. And let's see. So Chris Hoyles went. Did I miss Jordan going somewhere? I had to miss him, didn't I? No, where is he? Oh, there. Well, no. I'm guessing because of his age. So I'm guessing he'll be a minor leaguer, though I would see him coming up pretty quickly. 22-year-old Reggie Smith, baby doll Jacobson. Kansas City off to a good start with Chief Bender and a 24-year-old Troy Tulowitzki there. Jackie goes to the Twins in round 2. Okay, this is shaping up to be pretty good here. So Alvarez, Craig Kimbrell, Dellin Betances, those are your top 3 at this point. I'm really curious as to when Jordan's going to go. Okay, he was taken in round 3. We see that. Cody Bellinger went early. Buddy Bell, I'm going to guess this is a pretty good one. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Still some growth to be had there. Jordan went to the A's with pick 24 in the round. Other players of note, well, there's Bellinger. Ken Keltner, he of ruining Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak, going to the Mariners. Lance Parrish going 1 pick after Wilson Contreras. Old Man Zobrist going to Cleveland, 17th. Babe Phelps going to the Cubs. Aaron Boone. Von Hayes going to the Red Sox. As a Phillies fan, that's just like, I don't know. Hayes was interesting for a year or two. 23-year-old Bobby Bonilla, financial genius, going last pick to Pittsburgh, which is where he started. So it's kind of like it's starting all over again for him. I'll do the first 5 rounds, and then I will just sim out everything else. Oh, okay. Current round. All right. So let's see. Round 4. DJ LeMahieu going to the Yankees. Trevor Story going to the Rangers. Pete Rose going to Toronto. Paul Heinz, 18-year-old Paul Heinz. Now, I'll tell you something about Out of the Park, and 22 specifically with regards to Perfect Team, which is their little microtransactions game. I play No Money Spent and do enjoy some aspects of it. But Paul Heinz is out of the park god. His card is so overpowered, it's absurd. And I'm going to guess that it's probably because I think it's his age 24 season. I'm going to guess. I don't know for sure. It could be his age 23 season. Again, I don't know for sure on that. But, I mean, he was a really, really good ball player. So I didn't see him when I went through this before. So Billy Hamilton's in the league too. Buck Weaver, Richie Sexton, Paul Konerko. There's King Felix going to the Phillies. And there's Cap Anson going to the Orioles. Victor Martinez going to the Mets. Dante Bichette to the Giants. Gregory Polanco going to the Nats. And Steven Piscotty to the Royals. Let's do the 5th round, and then I will complete this whole thing and just look at some rosters. Craig Kimbrell still on the board here, and it's age 22 Kimbrell, so maybe not quite ready for prime time. Royals get Cupid Childs, age 27 Cupid Childs. That's probably going to be pretty good. Catcher Dale Murphy. This is pre-outfield Murphy. And then George Scott going to the D-backs, Dick Sisler to the Mets, Dave Magadan, age 28, Dave Magadan, there with the Dodgers. Paul Blair, age 23, Paul Blair there with the Tigers. Mario Soto, he was a really good pitcher for a little bit. He's with the Orioles. Bob Ewing going to the Phillies. Hal Chase, one of the great cheaters of baseball. I guess like gamblers of baseball. I don't know if he might have cheated. He might have thrown games. Lenny Dykstra, speaking of, Dykstra, 21-year-old Dykstra going to Cleveland. Buster Posey going to the Marlins, age 23 Posey. How did I miss that too? Vida Blue, John Matlick, Kid Elberfield also in the mix. All right, let's run this whole thing. And we'll take a look at some rosters. All right. So let's go. I'm just going to do this briefly. I'm going to take screenshots and then go from there. So this is the primary lineup, and then this is what the game is kind of planning on. We can even go just to the transactions and just look at the rosters there. That might be the best thing. So Clemens heads the pitching staff. Wayne Twitchell, this is an underrated card. That's a good reliever. Let's see. Alexi Ramirez, Freddie Lynn, Kevin Biggio, Bombo Rivera. That's a name I've never heard of before. So not a bad team. Probably not the best team in the world. Moving on to Atlanta. Jack McDowell, 30-year-old Jack McDowell there. Eparixi, I kind of, this has also the prospects as well. Guys who might get called up. 32-year-old Bob Welch. This is not a bad staff. Not a bad staff at all. Now remember, you're going to get to add a player to your roster to presumably shore up a weakness that you have. I mean, you're going to do it however you want to do it. If you want to make a strength even a bigger strength, then you may do that. It's up to you. As we look at the Orioles that have 39-year-old Mike Mussina, Bob Tewksbury's on the staff, Mario Soto, Joe Nathan, Pablo Torrealba. Ugh. Then there's Cap Anson, who's young, still kind of coming into his own there. John Hummel's on this team, Ed Delaney. That's a pretty good squad. That's a pretty decent team. Old Harry Heilman. I bet they wish it was younger for the Red Sox. Claude Hendricks, Ed Morris, Big Ed Morris, probably rounding out or headlining the rotation there, I should say. The old Sox logo. There's Nolan Ryan. Does not have much control, but everything else. Hardy Richardson as a catcher. He's probably going to be a pretty good one, assuming he gets the time. Jonas Cespedes out in left field. The offense looks like it might be lacking for the White Sox. The Cubs, there's Charlie Blackmon. Was that MVP candidate Charlie Blackmon? Oh, there's Mariano Rivera. That is that last season Rivera? I'm not sure. I'm going to moving quickly through this. There's Brendan McKay. Looks like the Cubs might want a starting pitcher. Who knows? The Reds, Pat Malone's on this team. Gabby Hartnett, 38-year-old Pujols. That's probably a little terrifying. Along with 24-year-old Milton Bradley, that's probably also kind of terrifying. Cleveland has really young Dykstra, really old Zobrist, really average Richie Sexton, and J.R. Richard at 26. That's a really good one to have. And John Clarkson, really good player there. The Rockies have Montgomery Ward at age 21. That should be fun. Tommy John on this team as well. Post Tommy John. And Paul Heinz. This is going to be a young team, but it's going to be really interesting. Tigers come back through. Paul Blair, man in the outfield. Billy Werber, Everett Cabrera, Rod Carew. Possibly just entering his prime. Rod. Juan Nicasio, who I didn't really expect to highlight. And there's Randy Johnson alongside Ross Detweiler. The Astros, who I think had a strong team. George Yule. And their pitching staff doesn't look too great. There's Larry Parrish. Sean Dunston here. George Tebow. Jim Edmonds. Leon Roberts. Okay. The Royals, who had the number 1 pick. They got Tulowitzki. Frenchie Bordergay. That's interesting. Buddy Bell. Don Mattingly. 32-year-old Mattingly. So it's like not MVP Mattingly. And then there's Chief Bender. The Angels have Clayton Kershaw just as he's coming up. And also this Fred Hymock looks to be pretty decent. Mike Stan in the pen, Josh Fields closer, not bad. Fred Dunlap there as well. And Cliff Heathcote has some potential, but again, it doesn't matter because it's just the season. It's just one season. So there's Bill Steen looking pretty good, but these Dodgers look like they're gonna need something. Now, unfortunately, they can't pick Jackie Robinson because Jackie Robinson's in the league. So, I mean, there's other Dodgers to pick from, I'm pretty sure. But like Fernando can't be picked. Bellinger can't be picked. Jackie Robinson can't be picked. And what I'll do is I will get the list, the full player list for you so that you can consult it as you're picking your players. They're the Brewers. Aaron Boone, George Wright. That they look like they probably need some help. The Twins have Alexis Rios, who's probably a pretty good hitter. There's Jackie. And there's Billy Rhines. Looks like he's going to be pretty good. Yankees, they've got a rotation. Sandy Koufax is on this team. Now, this is 22-year-old Koufax who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Kent Greenfield also looking really good, looking better than Sandy. Ray Fosse, Mike Lamb, Carmelo Martinez, the baseball card nobody wanted to get in 1989. Babe Herman looks like he's going to be a stud. The Mets have Jim Northrup, Victor Martinez, Dick Sisler, and George Derby at age 23. Still, George Derby is new to me. There's Dennis Leonard, who's looking really solid there. Craig Kimbrell, looking like a steal, really, at 22. Bill Freehan, underrated. Pete Alonso's here. I didn't realize he was in this. And Jordan. The A's are low-key looking good. They are looking good. Here's the Phillies. Pete Browning, I like it. Bryce Harper, where he should be. Matt Lindstrom, they're pitching lax. I mean, there's 21-year-old Felix, but it looks like they're going to need somebody. The Pirates have Hippo Vaughn, Koji Uehara, Chris Hoyles. That was all-star Chris Hoyles, if I remember correctly. Gary Templeton. Before he was traded for Ozzie, Gary Templeton. Not much else for Pittsburgh, honestly. San Diego, Art Fletcher, Dave Fultz, Zach Britton, Mike Garcia, Jack Coombs. The Giants, I'll try and move through this. There's Lefty Grove. John Henry Johnson is the closer. That's a pretty good closer there. He's from the Negro Leagues. Really, or I guess not the Negro Leagues. Who am I thinking of? Heavy Johnson. I'm thinking of Heavy Johnson. No, John Henry was a reliever. Part-time starter, became reliever. So, yeah. Not bad as a closer, though. Other than that, they're going to need some help, I think, in the infield. Oh, Pete O'Brien's here. I had in a only social media world, I had a weird interaction with Pete O'Brien on Peter Golenbach's page. Like the author Peter Golenbach, like author of Bums and all these wonderful, wonderful team histories. I had a weird interaction with Pete O'Brien, of all people. This is the life I choose to lead. Having weird interactions with baseball players who are like the summer cast of Hollywood Squares. You know, he wasn't even a center square. He was like middle square, top row, which is where nobody of any consequence, like they put on like a ventriloquist there and it wasn't a good ventriloquist, or they put on like Mark Summers from Double Dare when nobody knew who he was, you know, before Burt Reynolds tried to beat him up. That was Pete O'Brien. And I had a weird interaction with him. So there's Pedro, 33-year-old Pedro. That's a good one for the Cardinals. Duke Farrell's on this team. Was that Fred McGriff? There's Fred McGriff. Old Fred McGriff, but John Knight, 21-year-old John Knight. There's Yaz, 34-year-old Yaz. Looking all right. McCutcheon's here. Andrew McCutcheon. Not a bad squad for St. Louis. Tampa is looking very average here. What do they have in the rotation, though? Jim O'Toole, who's going to be probably one of the top starters in the league, but looks like they can use help pretty much anywhere. The Rangers, there's Oral Hershiser. It's old Hershiser, but that's fun. Light blue. Yeah, the Rangers need some help. There's Reggie Smith, but they're and I guess Denny Lyons, who I've never heard of before. You think with like my vast knowledge of baseball history, I would have heard of Denny Lyons. I don't think I have. There's Pete Rose, Baby Doll, Robin Yount, young Robin Yount. Dick McAuliffe, he really good in out of the park as well. There's the Crucker. The pitching staff, there's Klondike Douglas, catcher. Betances is your closer. Fergie Jenkins is here. Mike Hampton is here, and this is really good, Mike Hampton. I'm going to guess, is this an extreme ground ball? No, he's neutral, but still, it looks pretty good. For Toronto, that's a solid squad. And the Nats, there's John Ewing. Will be contender for a Cy Young Award here. Rod Scurry, not related to Richard Scarry. There's Bellinger before he blew up. There's Carlos Beltran, but he's at the end of his line. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for teams to get better. What I will do is I will take screenshots. I got to do my schoolwork first. But I'll take screenshots and get you the rosters so that you can start making informed decisions on who you want. And those are due by sim time on Saturday. Sim time is 8 o'clock Eastern time. Really good timing on my part because Penn State's playing Ohio State. Actually, it probably is because I'd probably be getting kind of pissed off at Penn State by, say, 8:15. So it's probably smart that I'm doing this then so I don't have to watch that. So your player needs to be turned in by 8 o'clock Saturday night. Some of you have already turned it in. Just confirm that that's who you want, and that will do it for the roster reveal of Sim That Razz Game 5. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful